Hey folks, Michael McGee here. We ran out of sausage. And running out of sausage is not a pleasurable experience when that's your breakfast meat of choice. So what we're going to do, we usually make our sausage in cold weather. What we're going to do is we're going to make a hot weather batch of sausage. We've got meat and fat left over from the previous winter, and that's what we're going to be making our sausage with. Some of this is actually possibly smoked fat. I'm not 100% sure what all we've got here. This here is some fatty looking meat. This is very lean looking meat. This, I'm not sure if it's deer or wild pork, but it's definitely not mangalitsa. This is obviously mangalitsa. Mangalitsa is the fattiest pork you've ever laid your eyes on. Frank, what are you doing, son? Folks, he says he don't like being in the videos, and then he comes and gets in front of me. Oh, ain't he sweet, folks? What a sweet man.
Ain't he something else?
Ain't he something else? We have got 75 pounds all total of fat and meat here. Boy, this one's coming apart nice. The trick to doing warm weather sausage, if you're not in a cold room, you know, where like a butcher shop where you got cold room, have this stuff frozen. So we got this out of the freezer last night, put in this ice chest. It's all cut up, ready to be ground, just like this. But it's frozen still, enough to where we're gonna have to work to get it apart, and may have to actually cut it to get it apart. But that is the trick to making good sausage in warm weather. You've got to have it cold. This here is ice cold, it's just thawed out, but a lot of this in here is still frozen. Well, you can see for yourself. Now for this, we've got the Legs Custom Blend Hot Pork Sausage Seasoning. Each one of these does 25 pounds, so we'll be putting 3 of them on this once we get this meat all laid out and the fat all laid out. And it'll be time to start grinding. That took a little bit of work to get all that frozen meat cut apart. I've got a certain knife, I don't even know, it's called a Pinnacle Cutlery. It's a very, very heavy blade, and I just plunge it in and cut it over. So at this point it's time to put on our seasonings. I've got the Legs brand. This is blend 109, it's the hot blend. And then I've got some of this. Let me take a little sniff. Boy, oh boy. Can't get the lid off. All right, time for the trick. Pull out the trick. Time to pull out the trick. This hasn't been opening forever. This is like dangerous, what's in here. Ooh. Joe? Oh, I got it. All right, I'm gonna take a little sniff. Yep, that is chocolate Bootla pepper flakes with the seed. I'm here to tell you folks, you're looking at something just as hot as a Carolina Reaper, and in my opinion, it builds longer than a Carolina Reaper. It doesn't just taper off quickly and easily like a Carolina Reaper. So I'm gonna go light on it. For a 75 pound batch, that's not much. Very I want to get a little touch of it. I don't want it to be eating me up while I'm eating it. And now it's time for the legs. 3 packs of Legs brand sausage seasoning. One way to get even distribution is to go ahead and put it out over the meat before you grind it. If you've got a big meat mixer, which I'm sure a lot of you do, you don't even have to worry about grinding it through with the seasoning in it. But I do it. I've always done it, so that's why it's easy for me just to keep doing what I've always done. All right, Joel just cranked the generator, and here it is, time to go. Sound like it died. We'll wait till it gets cranked up good. You can see clearly the fat versus the meat. We probably do a third fat. This mangalitsa fat is not bad for you. It's unbelievable the nutrients it packs. And it's actually got a lot of omega-3s in it, which is what salmon has. And it might be more than salmon. But one thing for sure, we don't have salmon growing on this place, but we do grow mangalitsa pigs. All right, he's got it going. Meat and fat down the hatch. Where's Caleb, Mom? We need Caleb. He's our plunger. He's our meat plunger man. This should go a lot quicker if he was in here. You want to holler for him? You want to holler for Caleb, Joe, or Mom? Matt could do it, yeah. Matt, we need help. Once we cut into these packs of meat, we discovered that the 2 very lean ones are definitely deer. So this is going to be a deer-pork combination sausage. Man, I need a plunging man, a plunging man. Look at it go. This is 75 pounds. Alright, we've got this all ground through the first time. The next step is to grind it through the second time, and we're going to use a plate with a smaller hole. We're just going to take this out. I'm going to go ahead and grab this. By grinding through this frozen meat, this whole thing is freezing cold. That's what you want. You do not want to grind meat through a warm grinder. Coarse grinding plate out. First thing you're going to do before we put the new plate in is take the blade out and clean off any sinew that might have got in there, because if you try to grind your already ground meat through that, it's going to just gum up. It will not grind through very nicely at all. Now we put the knife back in, put the new plate in. I've got one side sharper than the other. And there you go. Matt, you ready to plunge some more? Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, folks, we're going to get started grinding this back through. Before this even gets finished grinding the second round, we're going to have patties fried on the stove. And we're going to be eating some of this just to make sure it's okay. And probably going to be some sandwiches involved. Let's do it. Try this sausage out. Good looking. Ah, good tea, Mary, good tea. Now she's happy. Mary, come sink your teeth in this big bad boy. Oh, all right. When you make sausage and you fry it just as soon as you grind it, it's better at that point than any other time. The next day, if you refrigerate it, it's still extremely good. After you freeze it, if you use it real soon, it's still pretty good, but it's not ever as good as it was the day you made it. And we make sandwiches for lunch just about every time we make sausage. And this is the reason why.
That's amazing.
What do you think about it, man? What do you think about it, cousin? Don't say what he said.
Num num.
Is it really good? We made so much sausage back in the winter time. People probably thought we'd never eat it all. It's all gone. 75 pounds of sausage would cost you a pretty penny if you bought it 1 pound pack at a time at the store over a period of time. That would cost you a fortune. That it would. Mom, how do you like working while the boys of us are just eating away?
Used to it.
Pretty sad. Mary, have you tried it yet?
I tried it when I was out there cooking. It's good.
Here's the cheese. We gotta make this every day.
Here's the cheese.
No, we can't have it every day. We won't have it for very long. I don't know that we have any more sausage making meat in the freezer. So, We better make this last through hot weather because we don't want to kill a hog in the heat of the summer.
How many gallons did you make?
I don't know. 75 pounds. I don't know how many gallons, but you can get around 7 to 8 pounds per gallon. So anyway, that's how we handle a surplus of meat. If we're getting our deer or our pigs coming in a little bit too quick, we'll just go ahead and cut it up and freeze it. And then later, we'll grind it up, mix it with the fat, and make our sausage. And it is a whole lot better if you can have it fresh instead of having 10 million gallons sitting in the freezer. So that's why we do it this way. So during the warmer months, we can have a fresh batch of sausage made right up. So that's all we've got for you today. This is an oddity in a way to have a sausage video in the summer, but that's what we've done. Hope you have a great day. We'll see you on the next video.